the 5 things. Let's see.
Crap, did I not split screen? Or is it going to do it automatically? I don't remember.
I don't remember. Oh, now it's just showing me.
All right, and I remember last week I had to go back to this.
I don't know.
I don't remember how I did that last week.
Are you talking right now?
No, I'm looking at my screen.
Okay.
How did we do that last week? Maximize.
Well, I
See,
think
I
you're on right now. I think, oh, you just have to go to, you have to go to video. You have to click on speaker view up at the top right of that box. And I think you would change it to split screen there.
I'm looking right now. There is no split screen. So when I see share screen, side by side mode, video.
I'll try side by side mode.
It is, it's already checked.
Oh. Well, it looks like it's on speaker view.
What do you mean speaker view? What are you talking about? Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I said in the top right of your, you know, that box.
Yeah, but what the boxes don't look like that for me. Okay. Is that better? Because I can see us both now.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Because I'm watching it on the Facebook feed and it's like a couple seconds delay. So
okay,
I'm sure it'll catch
Hey,
up.
don't look on the
by the time
Facebook
it gets
feed
there.
because I know that didn't work for me when I was doing it. So
Yeah.
I don't know why that works for you and it won't work.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, you got it all set. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
We're already live. We got 4 people watching us right now.
Woo! Yeah, that's the downfall because I can't see who watches us when I do it this way, but at least you can. So I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll keep us posted or whatever.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So we guys, surprisingly, we got another COVID show. All right.
Surprise!
Surprise, surprise. So we are going to go over today. We're going to go, you know what? Some people are getting stressed out now. So we are going to talk about dealing with stress during this pandemic crisis.
Yeah, I am super stressed right now. I told Craig, I called him, he's like, how are you doing? And I'm like, I'm not doing so hot. Yesterday was a meltdown day. Today, I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm still kind of just stressed out. If you ask me to pinpoint it, I don't know. I don't know if I could pinpoint exactly why. I think for most of us being a teacher, plus being a realtor, plus a parent and a husband and a wife or husband or wife, it's a lot of stress, man. It's a lot of stress. So trying to find ways to deal with that stress. I think I've heard of a lot of people hitting walls, especially with the whole kids aren't going back to school. We found that out about state of Indiana. No kids are going back to school through the end of this school year. So yesterday, I think was a hard hit for a lot of people at home, working from home, realizing that kids are here to stay till at least August. Yay!
Yeah. Yep. And I will say this, I think it's tougher for you parents with smaller children at home that has to do all the education part of it and all the classwork stuff. I mean, my boys are older, so who knows when they're getting their stuff done, but they go to bed and wake up whenever they feel like it. As long as they're getting their work done, I don't have a problem with it. And they've been pretty awesome. Yeah.
And so I think that brings us right into number 5, which is realize what you're being asked to do is completely impossible and to give yourself a break, right? So like, I think part of my stress is like, I want my kids to do good in school and I want them to still get the same grades and I want us to perform at the same level. And I think I have to realize it's just not going to happen. So like this week, I talked to school and said, hey, we can't do specials anymore. Like reading, writing, math, science, cool. You know what I mean? But we just can't because it's impossible with both Chris and I working at home, trying to put in the hours we need to with work, plus the kids, and the kids are getting frustrated and it's just not happening. So like resetting your mentality to it's okay to not be perfect and you can't complete everything and you're just going to have to let things go. So for me, that was a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an important one. And I did see that there's teachers right now that are doing online classes for their students. And like there's across the country, there's free ones that you can go depending on what age group your children are, and you can put them into those things. And I believe they're no cost, and they're just like, just like a teacher that is trying to help.
Yeah, and I mean, our teachers are doing a really good job of helping us mitigate that. Like my kids have a Zoom meeting with their teachers for 2 hours in the morning, and what people, especially with smaller children, even probably older children, what you're realizing is though the motivation to work for their teacher is completely different than the motivation to work for their parent, right?
Yeah.
And so once you click off that Zoom, like it's immediate attitude change for a lot of these kids. And so trying to get them to do it, and then you're using your parenting techniques, which aren't the same as the teacher techniques. So it's a big role adjustment, I think, for everybody. And that's kind of what we've been struggling with. So for me, I'm like, you know what? I've just had to come to terms that if my kids don't do well in fourth quarter, second grade, I'm pretty sure Purdue, when they go to college, isn't really going to care. So I've just kind of had to let that go. You have to.
And welcome. We got Jessica and Kevin just both joined recently.
Instead of up. I don't know why. Maybe that will help.
Yeah, much better.
Whatever. I'm trying to figure out why it's like, I'm trying to look at you instead of look at my face. I think that's helpful. So anyway.
Just try looking in the camera.
It's like all the way up there, so I can't.
Yeah. Well, at least your internet connection is doing much better this time.
Yeah, I switched over to the 5 before but see, last time when we did this, the 5 wasn't even available. So I don't know what, the building internet is terrible. So
yeah. Jessica's sending Friday vibes our way.
Thanks, Jess.
All right, let's move on to number 4. Okay, we know you just got to realize you can't do everything. So what's number 4?
Number 4 is read positive stories. Man, I can't scroll through my Facebook feed for less than 3 seconds and come across a negative COVID story. Like you're really having to search for positives. I posted one the other day, which I thought was awesome, from who's the dude that plays the dude in The Office? Do you know who I'm talking about? John Krasinski or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He posted what he called GSN, good something news, or some good news or something like that, because he was tired of seeing all the negative stuff. So trying to subscribe to things like that, realizing that there are positives coming out of this. There are tons of people that are, they are getting better. And people are healing, and China is starting to be back open, and, all these things that, right now seem pretty dire for us, but we will come out on the other side. It's just trying to focus on the good stories instead of, the negative ones. The negative ones are so much easier to find than the positive ones are right now.
Yeah, and I think what I'm actually kind of proud of society as a whole.
Yeah.
People are respecting the stay-at-home orders more so than I would have expected. So I think most of the country is almost shut down right now, which is crazy. But all those things make me happy for humanity. That's good.
Yeah, lots of reaching out. I've seen definitely several local businesses have been, hey, if you buy from us, we'll deliver straight to the nurses, things that you can't figure out, like, you want to help, but like me, I'm high risk, so I can't go out and, go into places and things like that. But, I could spend a couple $100 and send it to Doc's Barbecue out in Dyer, and they will take care of sending the stuff to the nurses for me, right? So different things, you can pick different ways to help out. Some people are sewing masks. Some people are using their 3D printers to do splash masks. A lot of people trying to help out with PPE right now with healthcare workers, knowing that they're the front lines. And I think the community, especially Northwest Indiana, has really come together to really help the front responders as much as we can. So.
Yeah, no, that's great. Hey, Lisa Waz. Hey, Georgine. Yeah, I think all those things are great. And as far as like reading positive stories, whether you're reading a book, whether you're reading, I like to listen on audiobooks and stuff like that. Read positive stories. I will tell you what, I used to, those Chicken Soup for the Soul books were fantastic.
I love those books. I used to read those too.
I think you got to feed your mind with positive, uplifting stuff. Still, we're all in this together too, is another thing to keep in mind. Everyone's struggling. Everyone's having a rough time with this, but we'll get through it if we all get through it together, or we'll get through it better if we all do it together. So read some good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. All right, what's 3, Craig?
Number 3, alone time / meditation. Now this one's great. And I will add in there's a ton of different breathing techniques too that are really good for getting to start with meditation and stuff like that. So all that stuff is good. The important thing about meditation is just, you gotta remember, if you're sitting there, your brain is being so active, listening to everything around you, visualize, everything you see, you're processing millions and millions of little tiny bits of data basically. And what's great about meditating is you stop your mind from rambling and thinking about all that kind of stuff, is just by stay there, calm down. You're gonna, in the beginning, it takes a while to get into meditation, because in the beginning you're gonna think nothing's happening. You're gonna think, and it's just your brain is not used to standing still for a minute, and you really have to force it to stand still. And so, I think it's a very calming technique. I feel like I'm very low stress over this whole scenario, and we're commission only sales. I mean, normal people in our shoes would be stressed or more stressed.
Yeah, I think Craig had to talk about the meditation point, because I have tried meditating before, and I'm one of those people that cannot quiet their mind. So I've always had problems with that, with sleeping and everything else. So maybe it's something I need to look into more, because meditation in the past has not worked for me. Oh, that's my kid calling me on Facebook.
I think 15, 20 minutes a day, if you just, even in the beginning, if you just close your eyes and just breathe, focus on your breath, focus on the air going into your lungs, and that's it. That's the easiest way to begin meditation. Hey, Cynthia. Yeah, Lisa Wallace says, stay positive. I totally agree. Change your mindset and how you talk using positive words. No more buts, only ands. Ooh, that was awesome. And when I went through Second City's improv program, which, by the way, I was not, I wasn't I paid to take their classes, just to clarify. But anyway, hey, Cynthia, they have what's called yes and. No matter what your partner in the scene says, you say yes, and then you add to it. So that's a great also story about whatever. Lisa Waz's comment made me think of that. You guys tie it in there. I don't know how to do it.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to get my kid to stop. Okay, there we go.
Hey, Gina. All right, Hanson. More alone time. What else can you do alone time? I'll tell you what. Take a bubble bath, a little bit of red wine, maybe if you're a drinker. Pamper yourself.
Yeah, I got a soaking tub. I do that. I like to read a lot, in general, and I don't know. That's probably mostly what I do. I do have, I have my fish tank at home. I have a saltwater fish tank, so sometimes I have to grow algae and bugs and things for them. So I have that in the basement. So sometimes I go down there and tool around in that and do that kind of stuff for some alone time. But it could be as simple as maybe just going upstairs in your bedroom where nobody's at and just watching a movie, or doing something, where people are just not, they know they are not supposed to, contact you for the next 4 hours. Silence your phone, do whatever, and just spend some time apart from your loved ones. It's getting to the point now, though, where I'm at 5 weeks and I feel like there's no place in the house I can go to get away from people, even though I really am, but not really. You know what I mean? So I'm glad the weather's turning so we can at least go out in our backyard here, hopefully.
Well, Cynthia Williams has a good tip. She said if you have a Fitbit, it has a relax button to help you with your breathing. Oh. Jessica Kish, she said it's hard for her to shut her mind off too, but she tries to end her day with positive pictures, conversations, or a funny show. Hey, Brittany. Gina Sanchez says, hey, Craig, I miss your genius advice. Well, thanks, Gina. I've got tons of unsolicited genius advice, self-proclaimed genius advice. But anyway, thank you so much. So, all right, alone time. So I think we covered that. Next, now this one's interesting, and this one contradicts alone time, but
it does.
Stay social. We are human beings, have evolved to be social beings. You know, we like being involved with other people. We like caring about other people. And most of us are real estate agents, and that's what we do for a living, is help other people. So, you know, don't forget your loved ones you care about, check in on them, especially people that are high risk categories. And also, you know what, my heart goes out to all the single parents out there. I can't imagine having to do like my brother and you, Nicole, you guys are having to teach your kids during the daytime and then still get your work done that you have to do from home, and then still everything else you have to deal with. That's in addition to all that stuff. But I got my like 5 people that I check in with pretty much every day. And, you know, I don't know why it's just 5. Sometimes it's more than that.
Yeah, I'm not on that list. What is that?
No, you're not. Your work.
But yeah, I think stay social. It's really important. Like with my team, like we'll have a meeting once a week, but then I'll be like, hey, you guys want to Zoom? Like yesterday when I saw it come across that school was no longer in session, I'm like, who wants to Zoom? So there were 6 or 7 of us on there, and we were just yakking, you know, talking, showing each other our pets. You know, we might complain about, you know, our spouses maybe, and then go back to, you know, oh my gosh, this sucks at school, whatever. But then, you know, start talking about other things, making each other laugh. Cynthia was on there cracking us up, talking about her tea that she was drinking, all kinds of stuff. But I think you kind of need that. You need that social aspect of, you know, even if it is in the FaceTime, like you need the FaceTime. It can't just be like texting back and forth, or sometimes even talking on the phone isn't enough right now. Learn how to do a video chat program, you know, Zoom, Google Hangouts, Facebook Messenger has a video option. What else can you think of, Craig? Any other ones?
Google Duo.
FaceTime with your iPhone if you have an iPhone.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of different ones out there. Find one that you like, so that you can, you know, kind of master that and get other people on board. Like we never let our kids do any of that, but.
Well, hold on. We got 2 awesome things. One, Jessica said they played Zoom Cards Against Humanity, and it was fun. And then Cynthia Williams said sex is a great stress reliever. Just saying.
Oh, Cynthia. Yeah, I'd seen Cards Against Humanity came out online, and I sent it to my friends. I just hadn't played yet. So I saw some like somebody posted yesterday about a flip cup thing where you guys all have your own cup and you flip it instead of what's the like beer pong or whatever, like your own individual beer pong.
Sure.
I also saw somebody that had wine glasses on top of a chessboard, and they were using the wine glasses as chess pieces, which I thought was pretty funny. You know, all these different kinds of things that you can do. And just talking, like last Saturday, I called my high school friends and we legit talked for 5 hours on Zoom on Saturday until like 2 a.m. just about, because when we get together, we can always do that. But I think, you know, finally somebody dropped off and the 3 of us still stayed on for another hour. So, you know, and my husband's rolling his eyes like, you guys are stupid, but you know, brings you back to high school. But it was a really good stress reliever for like over the weekend. And obviously we all needed it. So, cause we wouldn't have been on for that long.
Yeah.
But, so, you know, stay social. That's a big thing. Check in with each other, check in with your fellow realtors, work, you know, personal stuff, do all that stuff, make sure everybody's okay, you know?
Excellent. Excellent. Hey, Angie. Okay. And our last tip, and I think this one, this one's tougher, but this is probably the most important. That's why we made it number 1. Spoiler alert. But anyway, go ahead, Hanson. This one's yours.
So this one I've been doing a lot, and I feel like if I don't do it every day, like then I get in a mood the next day. So physical activity. I think, you know, everybody tells you all the time that you need to get your endorphins up and that'll make you feel so much better. It is definitely true. We all know it's true. We just don't do it. So I think physical activity for me, like yesterday, I rode my bicycle for 20 minutes and realized, holy crap, that's hard. So then I went home, I put my bike in the garage, and then I went ahead and went for a walk instead. I feel like for me, I tried the biking, but the walking really, really helps. I think helps clear your mind, helps kind of just get you moving. I know I definitely saw, I think Jessica Kish had posted that because she's been doing a lot of fitness lately, that she did like a yoga online class. Like there's all kinds of online classes that you can do with fitness in general anyway. But for me, I wanted to get out and do, you know, the sunshine, because right now we've had so many cloudy days, like getting your D3 up, because if you don't have high D3, it can lead to depression and other things. So just trying to kind of get yourself moving, you know, and obviously social distance. Everybody that I've come across is doing a really good job of social distancing when you get too close and things like that. So, so you can still do those kind of things. You just have to follow the rules of social distancing.
I will say I've been walking, you know, I live in Cherville, so I walk, there's like a bike path or whatever, a walking path that I'll go by the park. And one thing I love is I love seeing, there's a lot of people either by themselves or maybe husband and wives. You know, I see couples sometimes walking, but people are outside, they're doing stuff. I mean, my gym's closed. So I did work out usually 3 days a week. So now but I'm walking about 3 miles every day. You know, usually I'll go right at lunchtime. I'll kind of get my morning work done. Then I'll go take an hour long walk for lunch. And I love seeing people out there. No one, you know, we wave to each other, but no one's sitting there getting close and talking to each other and stuff like that. So I think those are all important things. Hey, Jamie and Ken, Jeff and Jessica both said house party. And Jessica said there's free workout, like live videos that you can watch and stuff like that a lot of gyms have. And like you had mentioned yoga and stuff like that. Those are all great things to do too, that you can do. You can watch in YouTube videos and do it right in your living room.
You know, and bonus tips right now, it seems like every celebrity is doing a concert or a stand-up comedy or something streaming on the web. So, you know, who are your favorite celebrities? Follow them. And most likely, like Jimmy Fallon, like his at-home Jimmy Fallon shows are hysterical because his kids are climbing all over him, butting in on his show, just like every other person who's trying to do work from home. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
It kind of makes you feel like you have some things in common when you have, you know, that happening to celebrities too, or whatever. So like, I know there was a bunch of country music stars that did a free concert a couple nights ago, and I'm sure all that stuff is live streaming now. So there's a lot of really cool things. I went to Purdue, the piano guy from Neon Cactus, he did a free show, which is kind of cool if you ever went to Purdue. You know, stuff like that. Just people are trying to do things to keep each other kind of up, you know?
Hey, Kyle. And Gina also said, Tom Ferry recommends daily meds for real estate. Meds is an acronym for meditate, exercise, and diet. Oh, and schedule. There is a great YouTube video on it.
Yeah, I know me, I've been feeling really demotivated, like, because you're being pulled in so many directions. It's hard to kind of focus on what you need to do for work. So, you know, just kind of giving yourself the grace, or I'm kind of trying to work on a new schedule right now where I'm not so focused on work in the morning, which kind of stinks, you know, and I have to push everything more towards the afternoon and evening and trying to balance that back out. So it's trying to reschedule, recreate like what you have going on. So.
And I think it's very important when you do get stressed out. I like to scale back things, you know, like if I'm feeling stressed out, I like to make sure I eat a lot better. I make sure I don't skip any gym workouts or anything like that. I cut back on drinking. I make sure I'm feeding my mind with good quality audio books and things like that. Like when I get overwhelmed, it's like that old saying, you know, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. When the stressors are too many to deal with right now, I think it's like, hey, slow down a little bit, focus on what's really important, you know, just start eating that elephant one bite at a time. And don't really eat elephants. It's a phrase.
Yeah, the Nicole and Craig show does not condone eating elephants.
We do not condone the eating of elephants, whether it's one bite or all at once. Don't do it.
You're funny. Yeah, so I know the other thing Cynthia suggested too for my team is journaling, you know, journaling your feelings. It seems weird, but doing that gets rid of them and you put it down on paper. And it also helps kind of, for those that have trouble calming their mind, helps to kind of settle that a little bit too. So, yep.
Excellent. Well, I think that's pretty much the end, unless you guys want to talk about anything else. There is a little bit of a delay that we see from when you guys post something, a comment before we see it and be able to and can talk about it. But honestly, we appreciate you guys watching the show. We love doing it. And I don't know.
Yeah, I'll talk about week 6. Remember, look at your IAR emails, because I can't say it right. IAR emails that are coming through for the small business loans, the paycheck, all those kind of things. Make sure that you're getting with your broker, your accountant, talking about what things apply to you and what don't. Some of that funding is limited, so make sure you're doing it sooner rather than later if you can. They did pass the bill where we qualify for unemployment insurance, but they have not updated the website as of yesterday yet. So do not go apply for your benefits until you see something rolled out from IAR. That was an email from IAR yesterday that said we did get it approved, but they're having to rewrite the software for Indiana. So hang tight. So please make sure that right now, I know we tend to ignore emails and things like that. Make sure you're checking your emails every day, especially the ones that are coming from IAR. If you haven't seen one, make sure your IAR email is up to date. So if you've been in the business a long time and you've changed your emails a few times, go on IAR's website, update it so you're getting the most up-to-date information about the financial support that we have during this time.
Okay, and I've got 2 last things, and well, 3, I guess. One, I know Gina, I didn't say anything, but I caught it. And then Lynette said she's got a great idea for her 11-year-old. They're doing PE class. They made a small garden in their backyard, which is fantastic.
Oh, cool, yeah.
But the 2 things, I was on a National Association of Realtors webinar this morning, or kind of conference call. A couple things right now that they have. One, there's the Right Tools Right Now program that NAR just rolled out. Every realtor should have got a copy of that email. But basically, there's a lot of tools that NAR normally would sell to realtors. It is free right now, so you can get it for free.
I didn't realize that.
And I think that's like a couple $1 million worth of revenue that they're going to dip into their reserves, and they're going to do that for us. So that's important. Also, this is a big deal. There is a teledoc or telemedicine service that NAR is offering right now, which I believe is one of those things where it is limited to how many people can get on there. You know what? I'll post the phone number, but I'll go to NAR's website. You can look it up. But anyway, because that's what they're wanting everyone to go. They're wanting everyone to go through a teledoc service before they go to the hospital or something like that. And you can go in for a lot of people might not have COVID right now, and you might not want to go to the hospital because you might be more likely to get it. So it's a teledoc service that NAR is paying for, that you can utilize. So, I mean, there's some great things. So I'm going to post that number in the comments right here.
Shout out to Melissa Capillary, who right before we did this video actually sent me that message. And then Craig and I didn't even talk about it. So he heard about it on his conference call, but I was trying to figure out the link and where the information was. So I'm glad Craig has that. But yeah, so make sure you're taking advantage of that. You know, and again, I think right now we definitely just need to talk about making sure that we stay safe. You're staying safe with your clients. You guys are following IAR's direction as far as showings, closings, all that kind of good stuff. You guys are using the COVID amendment with your purchase agreements if your broker has directed you to do so. Like how I put that disclaimer in there. All those kind of good things. So.
All right. I posted 2 numbers in there. I posted the Realtor Teledoc service, and I posted a NAR hotline. NAR has a hotline you can call to get updates on COVID stuff. I think you can, any kind of general things, maybe if you have any other questions, you know, those are 2 things that are good resources for everyone.
All right, guys. So I feel like it's much harder for us to be funny when we're not next to each other. Isn't that super weird? Like how we normally laugh and joke and do that kind of stuff. And I feel like it's much harder to do when we're not in person. So weird.
You know, it's a good point. I think it's probably because, you know, I'm sitting over here kind of watching. Let's just face it. I'm the funny one, right? No, I'm just kidding.
I make fun of you all the time.
I know. I was going to say, actually, some of the funniest moments that we've ever had were ones where you're picking on me. So those are good. Yeah. I do like those. So anywho, whatever.
But I just wanted to put that out. Yeah. So
I think when we're trying to watch the comments and we're not, you know, it's
this whole, so it makes it easier. I just feel like it makes it a little bit harder, I think, to do our show, which I guess I would not have expected. So that's something that I think is interesting, because I do feel like yes, we can social and we can do all this stuff, but you still miss out on something like that human interaction. You know what I mean? And you don't want to interact with your family only because, I mean, I love them, but yeah.
Hey, COVID can temporarily take some of our freedoms away and stuff like that, but it can't take away the Nicole and Craig show. That's not gonna, we're not gonna be stopped.
No.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, Craig. Hey, isn't it Craig Pace's birthday too? Happy birthday, Craig. If it was yesterday, my apologies. But other than that, what's up, Melissa? All right. I think that might be everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's just face it. We hit another home run this week, Nicole, and you know what? Although you spelled my name for Nicole and Craig show.
Yeah, remember, guys, if you want something to do for positivity, you can go to our YouTube channel and check us out on there too. We have a YouTube channel that Craig changed a name on, right, Craig?
No.
Craig, I sent you the directions on how to change it. Why have you not changed it?
I don't know.
Give me the login and password. I'll have one of my assistants do it.
You can have it. Yeah, I probably don't even know what it is. That's probably why I haven't done it.
Oh my gosh. Figure it out and send it.
I have not posted our COVID videos on there though.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know if I like this split screen nonsense.
What else do you have to do right now? I'm just saying for the record.
3-mile walk. I'm about ready to go do.
Which is going to take you 20 minutes. Okay. And then?
No, it takes about an hour.
Okay. So
about an hour to walk 3 miles at a normal pace.
Okay.
Craig Pace. See what I did there? Another birthday shout out. All right. Anyway, thank you guys. We love you. Thanks. Stay healthy, stay safe, social distance, yes. All that good stuff.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.